At my hand, girls resting, met the bar, witness said, tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess, she thinking less, not drinking less, bathroom says, best it gets, spontaneous, I stereotype, put to rest tonight, imagine, believe, and achieve, it works, Skyline as I rise like fireworks, smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your Oklahoma City Thunder post-game analysis live stream. I'm sure you guys are as frustrated as I am at what took place tonight. Being at the game, I can say that it was loud. The crowd was into it. People were going crazy. That part of it was nice, but then Dallas took us completely out of it pretty early. And, you know, it all started with the lineup change. You know, you don't really – my former coach texted me, John Gray texted me and was like, why is he changing the lineup when it's 2-2? And I was like, I don't know, coach. But at the time, it's like he changed it, but then you didn't have – you had Isaiah Joe instead of Kaysen. And we talked about that on the show the other night. We had a nice little sit down with people or a little comment or conversation, comments and stuff, or, you know, chatter back and forth about, you know, starting who and when and what. And we do believe, I understand why he started Joe at the halftime, but as you know, if you're going to start the game, you want to start with Kaysen. And that's what Nathan was talking about. So it was just frustrating to me. His lineups, once again, are just terrible. There's lineups are just terrible. And, you know, the commander, Randy Wright and I were at the game, and he was telling me, you know, when I was leaving, he was like, you know what, you know, J-Dub, 8 points in the fourth quarter start. Well, game's over. You know, you have a chance to make plays and you don't make plays. Then we had a terrible possession. Lou Dort is taking the ball and just going out of control and trying to score and shooting air balls. Why are you shooting? Why are you shooting? And it's just, but once again, when SGA starts, it's not rolling. And the ball, he doesn't take over and just be selfish. It messes up the team. When we won in Dallas the other night, he scored 4 straight times. Then he passed up and everybody else relaxed. When he doesn't do that, it takes us completely out of what we're trying to do. And, you know, when the coaches lineup change, which is what the people, I'm just going to tell you, people are going nuts. But once again, this is y'all's coach of the year. And we've been saying all along that the problem that the Thunder have is him. You're winning in spite of him, not because of him. So remember that if you guys want to come and join the conversation tonight, please go to YouTube, search After the Storm, OKC Thunder, and then we can talk about it here. I asked some people, you know, how brutal they want me to be, you know, in the stands. They're like, man, be brutal. Just be honest. And I was like, well, I am honest. They go, no, go ahead and be brutal if you want to be. And, of course, tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour, we'll be talking about the game as well. So, anyway, let's get into the game score. The Thunder, of course, lost 104-92. He scored 92 points at home. 92 points at home. The Mavs outscored us 104-92. Took it 3 games to lead, commanding lead. And what do we talk about? The most important games in the series are games 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 5 are your most important. 1, 3, 5, and 7. So we won game 1. Lost game 3, and we won game 1 because of the simple fact that we had bench production. You had everybody scoring. Chet did what he did. In the 2 games we won, Chet did exactly what I said he had to do. He scored 18 to 19 points a game. He had to have 8 to 9 rebounds, 7 to 9 rebounds, and he had to have 3 to 4 blocks. And that's what he did in games 1 and 3, or 1 and 4. Tonight you will see his box score, and it's just he just no help. You know, the Mavs 14 for 35 from 3, 52% against us. On the road. We're at home. We shoot 10 for 40 from 3. And at one point, we were 7 for 28. 7 for 28. Just 7 for 29, I think, at one point. 7 for 29. And which means we went 3 out of our last 11. You know, I just don't – this coach is just – he has got to say, look, Dort is just over and over and over. And I look at my notes. Dort, quit shooting. Dort, quit trying to make plays. But once again, when you got him thinking he's a playmaker, and he's exhausted, he doesn't understand because he's never been allowed to do what he does with the Thunder. And what is that? You can't defend and score. You got to defend, and then you can't be trying to take it on yourself to make plays. He just killed us down the stretch. And then once again, the coach takes the ball out of they take the ball out of SJ's hands, and look what happens. You got to keep the ball in his hands, which is what he did in Game 4. He took the game over, kept the ball in his hands. When he did make a pass, somebody was making a play. And when you take the ball out of his hands and try to have everybody else make plays, that's what you run into. Rebounds, they out-rebounded is about 13. You read that right. 13th, 46-33. Points in the paint, pips. Your points in the paint, 48-44. Turnovers, 14-7. Mavs bench scoring 23-19. And when you look at the box score, this is the way it looked. Chet, 13 points, 5 of 11, 1 for 5. 4 rebounds, 1 block. At home, Game 5. Game on the line, this is what you come up with. 39 minutes. Jalen Williams, 39 minutes, 6 for 13, 0 for 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Remember, he scored 8 points. So he, at that point, let me see, he's 6 for 13. So he was, what was he, 2 for 9 going into the fourth quarter. And he did make some points at the end. 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. I mean, you know, they're not, I mean, anyway. SGA, 43 points, 43 minutes. He had 30 points again. 12 for 22, efficient, 2 for 4 from 3, only shot 6 free throws, and he missed a couple down the stretch, and it's just, you know, you could just tell the frustration. I think he's just frustrated. 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Isaiah Joe started 22 minutes, 2 for 9. Once again, he's not giving us anything. 2 for 8, he's not giving us anything. He really isn't. I believe that Kaysen should have started. I talked to my guy, Chuck Davis. We were screaming on our way out the door, and he said the same thing I said. So there you go. Jalen Williams, Lou Dort, 12 points, 4 for 11. You know, why is he shooting so much? I don't understand why he's shooting so much. 2 for 8 from 3, you know, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. He plays so hard on the defensive end. I'm like, why is he shooting? Why are you letting him do that? Coach of the year. Coach of the year. Jay Will, 10 minutes, 3 points. He tries to do too much. Look, just shoot the 3. We don't need you trying to pump fake and trying to make plays and do a bunch of stuff. That's not what you need. Aaron Wiggins, 11 minutes, 2 points. Once again, nothing from him. 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Nothing from Aaron Wiggins. Josh Giddey, 12 minutes, coming off the bench, 11 points. Kaysen Wallace, 27 minutes, 1 for 7, 1 for 5. Didn't give us anything. Once again, the bench scoring, and SGA and what's his name's numbers were pretty close. What was Luka's? Let me see what Luka's numbers were while we're sitting here. I'm going to pull up Luka's numbers to compare what he did compared to SGA. Okay, Luka. Luka had 31 points. He was 12 for 22. SGA 12 for 22. He was 5 of 11 from 3. SGA 2 for 4 from 3. Luka shot 3 free throws. SGA shot 6. But Luka had 10 rebounds, 11 assists. Luka had a triple-double. Why? And then when you look at the rest, 19 by Jones, 12 by Kyrie, Lively, 11. That's the difference right there. Because these guys are scoring points when it's not important points, which is what they were doing, and we weren't. And it's just kind of frustrating to me because he just doesn't have any help. My guy Burgess, 40-71, no consistent makes. Shooting outside of SGA was a winnable game. But you know what? You know, the problem is it was a winnable game until the game started. And Dallas just came out. They made a statement. And SGA was being passive, trying to let everybody get going. And he just can't do that. He's got to be aggressive. He's got to step up. He's got to step out and let everybody do what they do. And that is not what he did. So, but it was a very winnable game. You should have won. Like I said, games 1, 3, 5, and 7. Those are the most important games. 3 and 5, we laid eggs. Didn't do anything. Games 3 and 5, especially you're at home, place is packed. Once again, we have on these blue T-shirts, which are, you know, city shirts, whatever. And we lost both games at home with blue shirts. We're 3-0 in the white shirts and 0-2 in blue shirts, and you do another blue shirt. I guess people didn't want another white shirt, I guess, whatever. I don't give a shit about that. If we're winning with white shirts, let's do white shirts. Anyway, here are my notes. To start the game, you have SGA, Chet, J-Dub, Dort, and Isaiah Joe. So Josh didn't start like we talked about at the beginning. And part of that was, to me, it was like, okay, you're not starting Josh. And when my former coach, John Gray, he was like, why is he changing the lineup? And that's where everybody was going. Why are you changing the lineup? This is 2-2. You're changing the lineup now? 2-2, game 5 at home, and you're changing the lineup. You got everybody out of script, out of what they're normally used to playing. You got them out of rotation in game 5. Now, I understand what he was trying to do is get Joe going, because Joe hasn't really done a lot for us. And tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour, we will give okay, I do have the shooting percentage right here. Is this it? No, this is not it. This is not the updated one. Let me do the updated one, because the updated one that I just did I did that today. I did the updated one. Here is the one that's got our team shooting percentage of everyone. I'm sorry, guys. Here it is, right here. Okay, here's the updated shooting percentage of everybody on the team and what they've done in the playoffs. Okay, these are playoffs updates. You've got SGA at 29.5, which of course will be probably around 29.6 or 7. 48% from the field, 35% from 3, 82% from the line. J-Dub, 19 points, 46% from the field, 38% from 3, 79% from the line. Chet, 15.3, 48%, 28%. Dort, 10.5, 37% from the field, 42% from 3. Josh, 9.3, 43% from the field. And here's the thing, 48, 46, 48, 37 for Dort. 43, and Dort's taking more shots than just about everybody on the team except for SGA, and he's got the lowest shooting percentage of the starting 5. Why is that? Because your coach is not putting him in check, because he's a developmental coach, not a coach who can know how to win games. And so anyway, Wiggins, 51%, 31% from 3. This guy was shooting 49, 50% from 3 all year long. In the playoffs, he's shooting 31% from 3. Isaiah Joe, about the same. He was shooting 45 or 46%. He's down to 40. So when you look at what they did in the season compared to where they are now, all the numbers are down. Jade Will's numbers are up for three-point shooting. Kayson's are down. Hayward shouldn't even be on the court. He did not play tonight finally. But, you already gave away games playing him. So, it's too late. That's like I tell people. In the playoffs, you can't give away games, which is why Russell would never win a championship, because he gives away games. And your coach gave away games playing people he shouldn't play, playing out of, playing the wrong lineups. This is not doing the season. This is the playoffs. You can't give away games. And he gave away games. He's basically been out-coached by Jason Kidd. And that's a fact. SGA started out bringing the ball up the court, which something they have not done. And but the offensive rebounding, once again, was our Achilles heel. Gave up offensive rebounds when we didn't need to. It's just, and then SGA being passive. He's trying to get there. I understand what he does. He just kind of comes out. He just tries to see what the defense is going to do to him. How are they guarding him? He's just trying to figure out what I got to do. If I make this move, this is what he does, so he can get shots at the end of the game. I understand what he's doing. He's probing and figuring out what the scheme is and what they're trying to do to him in the beginning. But him being passive got us in a hole. He had 4 points till 3 minutes ago in the second quarter? And he ended up scoring. But he had 4 points leading up to that point. And then he starts scoring, and we're gonna go as he goes. And if he's passive, we're in trouble. He's got to come out, establish, get everybody loose. And Lou Dort he was 2 for 9. He had 9 shots first half. We're like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you shooting? Why are you trying to make plays? What are you doing? But that's what happens when SGA is not aggressive. Everybody else thinks they can play. And everybody else starts doing more than what they're capable of doing, because everybody's trying to make plays. And you just can't do that. And it's just very, very frustrating to watch. And then, of course, Josh, I understand why he's not playing him as much, but you can't you can't switch your starting lineups just like that. So it's 22-24. He never did play his best 5. Not one time, and the reason why is because Isaiah Joe started, and he played Josh with that group. So by starting Isaiah Joe, you took away your best group of 5 to make runs, which is what he did. Because now you have Josh. He had SGA. The best 5 is SGA, Joe, Wiggins, Kayson, Jay Will for 2 minutes, and bring in Chet. but you had Josh because you were giving Josh Joe's minutes and Josh's minutes, which completely screwed up everything. I don't understand the coaching staff. I don't understand what they're doing. But once again, Coach of the Year. Fucking joke. Anyway, start the second quarter. You had J-Dub, Chet, Josh, Kaysen, and Dort to start the game. Second quarter. We were playing terrible defense. They were just getting shots like they're crazy at crucial points to get runs on us because they'd get out to 14, 16. We'd bring it back down to 10. Boom, they'd bump back out because of the lack of defense and lack of what we were doing. It was just very frustrating. It's 27-35, and he brings SGA in the game in the second quarter. And you have SGA, J. Will, Kaysen, Dort, and who was it? SGA, J. Will, Kaysen, Dort, and Chet is who you had. Because you had them playing together for a little bit, which is something you hadn't done all year. And the thing I've noticed about J. Will is the what he gave us last year as far as taking charges and stuff like that. He has not given us that this year. He cannot really jump. He doesn't out jump. When you got somebody more athletic than him, like a Derek Lively, or they can just go right over him and get rebounds, which is what's happening. And he's just physical, but he doesn't really elevate off the floor, and it just really kills us with what he's lacking thereof. But the things that he was giving us, he's not. Now they're running him off the 3-point line, and he's trying to make plays and do things. Look, dude, if they're going to run you off the 3-point line, just shoot a floater, pull up, shoot a jump shot, which clearly he does not have in his bag, or he'd be able to do it. And that's just frustrating. So, 8:21, and I've got in my thing. I hate it when he tries to be a coach of the year. He's just not. We won in spite of him, not because of, and that's becoming more and more clearer to everybody outside of Oklahoma listening to whatever the Thunder are trying to promote to you guys. Everybody outside is like, yeah, he ain't the guy. He ain't the guy. And like I said, I like him as a developer and as a person as far as out-of-bounds plays, but he's not even effective in that anymore because Josh ain't playing. So we don't get any more plays, scores out of bounds, taking out of bounds plays. Why? Because Josh ain't playing. Can't afford to play him. He's an liability. So therefore, now all you do is you develop players. Well, that doesn't help us. So he was fantastic getting us where we needed to be. And as the Athletic said, and I said many times on this show, the Athletic said at summertime, what this guy is going to be able to give us or not give us. And he ain't the guy. And I said, like I said at the beginning of the year, we'll see what he is not going to be. The coach of the year ain't it. So anyway, the Thunder down at halftime, 44-54. It was just painful. I just don't have a lot to say today, guys. I'm so upset. I'm really frustrated. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for someone to come in, if you're building an office complex, they love to be behind the scenes. They can take care of you, make sure that everything is set up properly, that's laid out well. You don't have to worry about flooding or anything like that. And then also, if you have a dam or a water treatment plant, they are the people to holler at. So hit my guy, SRB at Mark Long. If you have needs for computers, software to make your office run smoother, networking, or if you have website design, Collaborative Logic are the people to talk to. Russell Williford is my guy, so hit him up. Oak Grove Trucking and Jose Fierro, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, he is the dude. Y&B, family-owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. Or you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank at 401M, downtown Yukon, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, America. YB Eastwards off the Parkway and 66 at 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, 212 steps from I-40 is what Nathan Taylor says if you walk around a car. YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And my guy, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located in Dale City, 4609 Southeast 29, 670-2424. Monday through Friday, Thursday, they're open 9 to 5. Fridays, 9 to 1. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. Probably serving the Middale area since 1982. Guys, we don't have anybody really. Everybody's frustrated. I can just tell we don't have our normal group on here talking about that. I think everybody's just so depressed right now. I know I'm depressed. The Thunder really had a chance to make a statement, and they did not. So 44-54 to start the third quarter. Same starting five. We just didn't have it at home. The crowd was there. The crowd was trying to give them all the love. At 51-65 with 6 minutes to go, you have SGA, Dort, J-Dub, Kaysen, and Chet in the game. And once again, Dort's playing because he's got to, because he's got to guard Luka. And it's 57-71. That's what they end up being. So at the end of the third quarter is 67-74. Nothing really happened in the quarter. It was just kind of frustrating. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see anything tonight that made me look at this coaching staff and think, you've got to change what you're doing. And this guy he is a motivator, a builder of guys to make them better. He is not a coach that can take you to the next level. Not this year. He is determined that this is the regular season. He's cost us games, which is what he did in the season with his lineups. He's doing the same thing. You're costing you playoff games. The difference is you can't afford to do the lineups and play against good teams and win. Doesn't work. And it turns out that right now we're looking like the weakest number one seed, which is very frustrating because I think we're better than that. But until you get help from anybody, and it's just like the commander was talking about J-Dub, these kids love him and people love him and they're barking. And I'm like, all that barking stuff is nice. That don't help us. That's a nice little tidbit. That's nice little fun stuff, just like Russell doing this. That's fun, but it ain't going to help you win a damn game. It's just frustrating to me. So start the fourth quarter. Down 67-79. You have J-Dub, Chet, Kaysen, Wiggins, and Dort. We were debating. I was sending out a text chain on when they thought SJ was going to come in the game, and he came in at 10:41. And immediately they started making a run. And the thing is this, we're playing better with J-Dub off the court than on the court. But Dagnall, that's his boy, and he's trying to develop him. And so it doesn't matter. They don't care if we win or lose this series. To them, it's a successful season. And to me, I said it earlier. If you lose in the semifinals, which is okay, it's how you lose. It's how you lose. And J-Dub is just killing us. And and I understand you're developing him, but dude, this is the playoffs. You can't give away games because you're trying to develop players. We're over that. But that's where they're at right now. The Thunder are still in developmental mode as an administration and as a staff. That's where it's at. And I believe if Aubrey was here, it would be different. But he's not. You took away the guy who really wanted to win and was going to win at all costs. He ain't there no more running stuff. So now you got guys who are conservative, who don't really want to win. They don't care. We're building a new facility and blah, blah. Hell with all that nonsense. Want to win. Here's your opportunity. Boston's hurt. The Nuggets and Minnesota are beating the crap out of each other. And you got a chance to do something, and then your coach is just not up to it. And that's facts. And I'm sorry that pisses a lot of y'all off, but it is what it is, and I'm sorry that y'all are mad, but I just can't help it. But anyway, I got in here, get the ball out of Dort's hands. I don't understand how you don't put the guy under, say, look, this is what we're going to do. Because what their Dallas did is said, okay, we're going to take the ball out of SGA's hands, and we're going to force everybody else to make plays. That's what they did. And they got exactly what they wanted. The ball got to Dort. Dort's trying to make a play. You can't make plays. Keep your ass on defense. He made two. We're down. We cut it down to, I think, 8. And he made 2 terrible possessions in a row. SGA didn't get any shots off, didn't really touch the ball. It was him. 2 possessions in a row. That's Westbrook. My guy Manifest Some Love says, no Giddey starting, but no help from anyone tonight. In fact, no one helped but Shea. Had double figures, but Shea in the third. Just pathetic. Yeah, I'm with you. We're all feeling the same pain right now. It's just frustrating to us if you're watching that. to have the crowd and for everybody to be there and just people were just like people I haven't seen in 4 years were there. 5 years. These people I used to see all the time, every game for years. And then tonight, everybody's showing up. I'm like, hey, it's good to see you. Where you been? It's good to see you. Where you been? It's good to see you. Where you been? It was nice people showing up, but once again, the Thunder let them down. And excuse me, sorry, everybody. It's just hard to watch. I agree, Rashawn. Man, that hurt. Yes, it did. It was painful to watch in person because I'm just going, what are you doing? It's just like we talked about. If you're not going to start Josh, which messes up the whole chemistry of what you're trying to do, start Kaysen. And Nathan, we talked about that. Nathan, the other night, we talked about that after the show the other day. If you're not going to play, why are you playing Kaysen? And Isaiah Joe has not given us anything this second half of the year. He really hasn't. Because teams have run him off. What he was effective doing, he's no longer effective for us. The things that he was capable of doing, he's no longer capable. Now he's lost his confidence. So that's not helping either that he's lost his confidence, and you can just tell. But you got one guy doing everything. That's what you got. He's the MVP. He has no help. Your 2A, 2B were non-existent in games 2, 3, and 5. The 3 losses, those 2 were non-existent. Chet was in 1, and they both were existent in victory 1. And Chet was in 4. But other than that, they hadn't been there. And SGA's numbers are slowly going up. He started out shooting a little slow. Was he at 41%? Now he's up to 50% last 3 games. So his numbers are going up as the series is going down. And then everybody else's is going down. But you have to have help. And he doesn't have any. And the lineups that you're playing, and like I said before, we play better without J-Dub than we do with him on the court. You can like him all you want to, but we're playing better without him because he's not playing well. You can't play him out of it. Rashawn says they were afraid to shoot. They were running them off their spots. What they were doing, Rashawn, is they were sending their bigs, Gafford and Lively, on the wings, and PJ Washington Jr. They were long coming after us, so we weren't being able to shoot those wide open threes, and then we have to take it off the dribble and trying to create something instead of, hey, I teach my kids in my training academy, pump fake sidestep, or pump fake one dribble, pull up, shoot a mid range. What's wrong with shooting at the guy that flew by you? One dribble, pull up mid range, knock it down. You don't have to drive all the way to the basket. Pull up and shoot a mid range jump shot instead of driving in there and then trying to make a play. That was the problem that I had today. You had too many people trying to make plays. Okay? You had too many people trying to make plays. J-Dub is he's a good player. He's just not there yet. And what he's going to be is he's going to be a good player. He's going to turn into a very good player. That's what he is. That's where we're at. It was just painful, guys. I'm sorry that I'm just not my normal self. Even our other 2 losses, I was at least more lively. Or in a loss in game 2, I was a lot more lively. Game 3, of course, I didn't do the show. Game 4, I was myself. But today, this one just hurt. This one hurt, and I think it took it out of our team. And I hope that they can come back to Dallas on Saturday because we get an extra day's rest, which helps Dallas. It doesn't help us. But then again, it might help us, might give us that extra day to just, settle down and to do something. Jay Will is being exposed. He would have left the paint because of easy lobs. I said, I agree. I said that earlier, Rashawn, when I started the show. He's just not, to me, what I'm seeing in the playoffs is you got to have SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Kaysen, Dort, Wiggins, and even Wiggins aren't playing that well. And then after that, really those 5. And Wiggins has just had a bad stretch, no doubt, but he gives you stuff on the defensive side. And Kaysen, those 7. You got those are your 7. The other ones, I'm done. Isaiah Joe, you got to go. Jay Will, I'm done. I'm over him. The rest of it, K Rich, all of them, or Jay Will, or excuse me, K Rich, Kendrick Williams, done with that. So you give me your starting 5 plus Kaysen and Wiggins, that's my 7. Everybody else, I'm done with. Everybody else got to go. Their whatever their purpose was is over. You got to give me some guys who are, say I need 6'9", 6'10" guys who do what they do. But at least I can defend, I can get rebounds because they killed us on offensive rebounds. Whenever we try to make a run, we'd have 2 bad possessions in a row. I mean, we're down, and Dort's got the ball in his hands trying to make a play. What the hell are you doing? Why is the ball in his hands? Why is the ball in his hands? It's just tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour, I need to rest. I need to sleep on this, and so I can kind of digest everything. Because right now my frustration level is high. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not my usual. I'm so frustrated at what I saw tonight that it's just hard for me to really. I'm so mad because I'm just going, dude. I don't understand it. I don't understand your philosophy of coaching. I don't understand what you're trying to do. You're a guy who's trying to build and, build for the future. And right now you can't give sorry, I'm just frustrated because to me, you're giving away games. You can't give away games. You did that during the year, and that's fine because why? You can give away games in the season because you have more. In the playoffs, you can't give away a game. It's a best of 7. 1 game costs you. But let me see. Rashawn says we would pack the paint, but Dallas bigs would just tap it back court. Yes, in key situations. Because why? We're small. You had to keep Chet on the floor because Jay Will is he's a big body who can't really get off the ground. He can box you out, but that's it. And definitely being out coached. I said that, Rashawn, is that Jason Kidd is out coaching this guy, the coach of the year. And I think everybody realized that what they've seen from the Thunder is we won in spite of him, not because of. That's what's being exposed because nobody saw us play. SGA is not the MVP because nobody saw us play. This guy is the coach of the year because nobody saw us play. Now that we're on the big stage in front of everything, all of the weaknesses, all the things is being exposed. That's what it is. You have a coach who's still trying to help people grow and all of that nonsense, and you're not playing the right lineups. You're not doing the things you should do to make you successful. That's just it in a nutshell. It's in a nutshell. He's overmatched in what he's trying to accomplish. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I'm sorry. I just don't have it. I'm just tomorrow after I've slept on everything, I'll have a better feel and better talk about what happened and what I saw tonight. But right now I'm just not there. Manifest. They passed it around 1, 2, 3. Dort shot clock at 6. Dort shoots clank or airball. Yeah, Manifest is what I said. Dort was trying to be a playmaker. This is what they did when I was in Dallas when we beat them early in the year and they went on a 30-0 run. They took the ball out of SJ's hands and they made Dort the primary facilitator. And they did the same thing tonight. And he just falls for it because the coach allows him to believe that I can make this guy better. No, he's a defender who can shoot the 3 when he's open. That's what he is. We're trying to make him more than when he tries to do that. That's what kills you. You got a guy trying to make plays. And it's just, I'm sorry. I got to get out of here, guys. I appreciate everybody for watching tonight and for your comments. Tomorrow on the Unpopular Hour, we'll be talking about the game. And like I said, I'll be able to get more in and talk about it more. So if you want to come on the show tomorrow and make your comments on YouTube tomorrow at 2 o'clock, I'd appreciate that. But, I'm done for the day. My frustration level is way too high. I just can't deal with it. That being said,